Hey guys, I'm back with the Battle of the Conquerors, and now we are on the Vindlandsaga. And what annoys me is I actually already recorded this one, but my files came out wrong, and yeah, I pretty much had to delete it. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this one again, though it went pretty well the first time, and you can actually rush this one, and that's what I'm going to be trying to do, especially since it doesn't take as long as fighting your way through this one, and honestly, it's quite annoying if you do that as well. So I'm just going to try and rush this one, especially since I've already done it once, so let's hope it turns out better this time.
In the gloom, the longhouse feels empty, but it is filled with the odors of rust and tar and animal fur and the snoring of dogs. It is the man named Eric who speaks, smacking scarred fingers together for emphasis, the steam of his breath tangling with the wood smoke. He fills the men's heads with legends of exploration and raiding, of a sea that eats longboats and an undiscovered country ripe for Viking occupation. He tells the Vikings that they can leave their frigid homeland and sail across the endless sea of worms to a new world brimming with wild grain and grapes and tall trees. To the Vikings, he speaks of paradise, and of course the grizzled Norsemen are always eager for adventure. When he asks for volunteers, men slam their weapons on tables and shout his name in the cold air. Eric the Red smiles.
Okay, so for this scenario we're going to be playing as Eric the Red, and we pretty much just got to get over to the New World and establish a colony there, or so it says. Now, to do this, we're going to have to get through Greenland, and there's also a sea that will eat ships. Basically, it just eats your ships. So, obviously, I think you can only walk across Greenland, but there is a way you can rush that in about as much as you can get to the Castle Age. So, you are in Norway currently. They tell you to... I'm just going to start this as well. Alright, so we're gonna get as many villagers out right now as we can.
It's been a hard winter, and the wolves are hungry. We must protect our villages from their packs.
Okay, so Eric the Red here is kind of going to do a bit of your scouting and taking out any wolves that you come across. Now, there are some deer around your area, but there's not that much. Now, I believe I want to build a lumber camp there. I'm going to check if there are any other wolves over here. So you start out with two berserks, and you start out with Eric the Red here, and he's the guy that must survive, but he's pretty good to start out. The thing is, you start out with a Greenland scout on your side as well at the same time. Alright, so we're going to move these 5 over here. Wood is the most important thing you can get here because it allows you to build fishing ships. And we're also going to bring a villager over here. We're going to wait a sec though. And we're going to build a mill right now. Actually, I'll bring you back. Bring a mill over here. Looking for those wolves though. There should be some over here. Your island is quite small, and there's not that many resources on it, so it kind of does force you to leave eventually. And Eric the Red will regain HP, so it's not that big a problem. Right, so we got 2 of these guys on that, and honestly, you probably want to put everyone that you have onto lumber, or at least as many as you can. And kind of just have these guys chilling around here. So unfortunately you are in the Dark Age, so it is going to take you a while before you get anything done really. Especially getting enough food. But you should really focus on fishing ships, because those will get you a lot of fish. I believe this is going to be the last wolf round here. And we'll bring this guy over. Okay, so I'm not going to put that many. I'm not going to get loom. I'm not going to put that many villagers out yet either. You don't need that many. What you do need though is houses. You're going to have to build a few houses before you start here. Now, I like to build my dock and my fishing ships around here. You won't get hit by Greenland at all, really, during the starting part of the scenario, so you don't have to worry about that. But as soon as you build a dock, they'll talk about going and raiding Britain, which is not really that necessary. Obviously, I'm going to get these two to hunt deer, but I'll probably just leave it to these two. Now, this the scout actually likes to eventually...
To build enough longships for this journey, we will need gold, and lots of it. There's plenty in the fishing villages of Britain for the taking.
Right, we're going to start with the fishing ships. That scout actually likes to kill villagers eventually, which is annoying, obviously. So if they, but they'll generally come towards you, your lumberjacks, and then he might try and kill them. So just keep your forces around here, really. I think it's when he's scouted out the island, he just goes into attack stance or whatever. So I'm gonna put fishing ships out. Yeah, there he is. He's got +3 attack, you know. Right, so that is enough over there. I am just gonna keep getting more out on lumber here. Really, all you want to do is focus on the fishing ships. You want a lot of fishing ships to get out and start getting fish for you. I would put 2 here and then 2 on that one. And yeah, so I'm gonna say 16 villagers is probably, well, it's not 16 villagers, is it? This many villagers on wood is probably okay for now. Unfortunately, you don't have that much wood around this area. That's just how it's gonna be, probably. Alright, so I'm just going to continuously add fishing ships, really. That's not the greatest setup you have there. Might have to let this deer go. So yeah, this scenario is going to be kind of laid back, especially at the start here. But I'm gonna let that be enough villagers and just go with fishing ships now. You're gonna eventually need some people to get the stone. In fact, I'm gonna start getting the stone now with 2 villagers. That's gonna set me back a bit, but that's fine. There's also some more up here. I'm gonna wait a sec before I do that. So yeah, you're gonna want the stone. This is the only stone that you have at the beginning, and I think it's meant to give you a castle that you can go to in for Britain, so that you can kind of just wipe out Britain really easily. The British are just across from you a little bit, and they're very weak, so they won't be too much of a problem, really. Alright, you guys need to kill this deer here. There's also Arnlu the wolf, who will make an appearance when you I should have just kept getting that deer, whatever. He'll make an appearance when you start building a blacksmith around your area. Obviously, you need to be in the feudal age to do that. Now, you can get loom if you want, and you'll notice that Greenland will occasionally send fishing ships to go annoy you, but that's fine. You can just leave them, really. And unfortunately, your berserks are not fast enough to catch up to that cavalry there. Greenland are going like across the sea to drop this off, so it's not really a big deal anyway. And I wouldn't really attack their ships in case, you know, they get annoyed by that. So I'm just sticking with what I got right here. I'm gonna get one more fishing boat out there, and then that'll be fine. Okay. So yeah, make sure you have enough here. I think this is pretty good right now, but we are getting the food in now. Now, where was the big fish? Over there? Yep, there we go. Right, I'm going to put one more fishing ship out. I'm going to get you to build a house here. I'm going to probably make another house as well. So I'll do it like that, kind of wall ourselves in a bit. Yeah, walling with houses is actually a pretty good idea, but I don't know how to do it well enough, so yeah. Alright, so put the meat away and then get that. You can try the deer down here, but Arnlu will like to attack there, so you know. Alright, we can go to the feudal age, so let's do that. Right, get back on this. Right, so I got all the fishing ships coming out. I got a lot right now. But just keep an eye on these fish, because you can see this shore fish is running out now. And we're going to bring these two over here. So these two fishing boats, I'm actually going to try and find extra fish. There are a lot of fish in the sea. I believe there's some, like a lot of fish down here. Yes, the ones that last for a while. So right, so we'll just continue with what we got here. Some more shore fish. Alright, so now there is some, there should be some, yeah, there's some deer down here. So I'm going to build an arm mill over here. And get that going. So obviously we also need to get to the feudal age as well. And that, not the feudal age, the castle age as well. And that'll take a while to get the 800 food that you need for that. Plus the buildings as well. No, don't go for the other one. So I only put 2 villagers on the deer to begin with. Just because I think that's probably enough. Now, you probably don't want to build a lumber camp here, or if you build a lumber camp, you probably want to get the wood here first. Because, remember I told you about Ornlu the wolf, right, so... And he will annoy you a lot. So keep that in mind, that he will be annoying you. We'll build a market. He'll annoy you around this area. You can let him take out this outpost, and then he'll just stay there, which is good for you. You can just kind of leave him over here, honestly. So I'll probably just do that. I'll get the deer over here, and then these guys can probably sneak up here anyway, and it should be fine. Alright, so I think I'm going to need a couple more, maybe on that stone. And this is getting pretty crappy right now. So I'm going to build that blacksmith at nearest opportunity. You could build a barracks in an archer range if you want, but I just like having the barracks up anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to go for that. I'm actually just going to put 3 on stone. Right, I also need the upgrade to chopping speed. Alright, so he has started to attack that instead of my villagers, which I'm okay with. It's not that bad. Where's my other berserk? There you are. Alright, you need to get out of there, because that's where Ornlu comes, I think.
Hear that howl? That one's the king of the wolves. He can take down an army of our Norsemen.
Right, so I believe he'll go and attack our outpost here, and he is trying to attack this berserk, which is, they do have HP regen, by the way. It's not great, but they do have some. So as you can see, they are attacking right there, so now I can go and put that down. So obviously you probably want a university as well when you get into the castle age, so you pretty much have that destroyed. And sometimes there are, at least last time when I was playing, there was some deer that attacked the outpost. No, I'm not kidding. This scenario is really weird and mysterious, honestly. So what you can do is actually kind of just make some advances over here. Right, so we are getting some fish over here. I guess we took that one. So just kind of use the berserk's line of sight. Just slowly move over. Should be around here. There he is. Alright, so you can kind of keep there. Put him on no attack stance. And these two as well. And I can go to castle now. Alright, so first thing I want is 2 transport ships, which are only 100 wood for the Vikings, because they actually get cheaper docks and I believe ships in general. I don't know about fishing ships. No, I'm pretty sure fishing ships are less too. Right, this ship's not doing anything, which isn't great. Right, we're gonna check for fish around here. I don't actually know if there is any over here. Looks like we got some over here, yeah. And we got some shore fish here as well. So right, we need, I'm gonna actually make 3 transports, because we probably will have enough villagers to transport over. Alright, so this stone is coming through a bit. You probably want to come over here. And yeah, so you don't really need these two on food after this, probably. Don't get horse collar. I wouldn't bother with farms in this scenario unless you're really doing it the long-winded way. And yeah, eventually you can still sell some stuff for gold if you need the upgrades. You probably won't, but I'll probably get them anyway, just because. Alright, so yeah, just get these. Alright, so I'm gonna bring these transports up here instead. And I'm gonna bring the Berserk back up and these three over there. Really, you can leave as soon as you reach the castle age. You just need to get enough resources to get to the castle age, and that's pretty much your only prerequisite. I would also get a decent amount of wood going at the same time. So I'm going to get a university down immediately. The reason for that is you need murder holes, and you probably want ballistics as well. Now, I don't remember if you really need that much food, so I'm gonna get 3 villagers out. Well, I mean, I guess for the blacksmith upgrades, but I've got enough fish anyway. So we're going to leave the stone miners behind. We're also going to leave a few wood choppers at least. So I'm probably going to bring like as many to fill these 3 transports with troops. So we're going to bring 3 in here. So I'm going to be able to get 12, I think. So I'm going to keep making some guys. We're going to get murder holes immediately, which does take some food as well. Don't think I need anything else. Alright, so we're gonna get most of these villagers, not all of them, out here. Get their stuff up here. We'll actually leave the injured one behind and take this guy instead. Alright, so this should be enough, I think. Actually, it might be too many. Let me just check. Alright, so I basically just try to fill these transports, right? This is the one with Eric the Red in it. That one must survive. And this is kind of the trickiest part of the scenario, is getting these guys to live. And I need one more. Right. After that, we'll be ready to go, though. I do not have gold, unfortunately. You don't really need masonry. I guess I could get it. Nah, whatever. These guys can go over here. Alright, so we'll wait for this guy to get up, and yeah, we'll just keep taking down trees around here. And keep getting that stone. Alright, so we got these 2 villagers in here. Gonna put this guy in front. And yeah, so this is really the hardest part of the scenario, is kind of dealing with Greenland. Now what you should do is bring these guys south to begin with. I mean, I could even produce more villagers out here. 2 villagers on the wood there. That'll be fine. Okay, so now you should bring your fleet kind of down here. The British are directly south of you from here. But you don't want to be going to Britain, which is the one with Eric the Red, the top one. Right, so I believe I should take a... Alright, so it's this one. Or no, it's not. It's actually the bottom one now. Alright, so you might get hit by some longboats, which is pretty bad for you. Especially if they take down one of your ships. Now, I'm just going to try and... Oh dear, I'm getting really hit here. The time before, I didn't get hit as much as this from these longboats. But yeah, just keep going this way, keep going this way. Disembark as soon as you can. Alright, so kind of use your ships as a decoy almost. Alright, so let's get these villagers going. Alright, so you'll get hit by some forces right here. Alright, so you can kind of take them out with these berserks right here. No, villager, you're going too far. Right, so I took that guy out. Not the best ever. You can lead with Eric the Red, but I can't be bothered micromanaging it, and I have enough villagers, honestly, that it shouldn't matter at this point. But Greenland will be pretty aggressive as you go through these guard towers here. They will try to take you out as much as possible. As we can see, they're taking out quite a few of my villagers right now. As long as you have one, you'll do fine, but you pretty much want around 5 or such. Oh, he just made it. Oh, shit. Alright, so he just made it, and we're gonna wait until that longboat passes. Right, let's start building here. Okay, so that's the most important part of the scenario, and we can sell off some wood and get ballistics and get an upgrade. Alright, so you'll get that pretty soon. Obviously, you want I only need 2 transports now. I would just leave these guys as sort of decoys. I believe you can take a slightly better path and try to get across here, but I just took what I got, honestly. Alright, so this is a horrible placement, so we're going to wait until... I probably want that upgrade as well. I should have got that earlier. Okay, just give me someone... Right, just get these guys in. Okay, so I want another lumber camp here, and I want as many villagers out here as I can, really. Okay, so I got that, so we're gonna bring the berserks in here, as well as 2 villagers, and we're gonna sail this one first. And you're pretty much just going west. And the second one's up, alright. And get in here. So yes, this is kind of a way you can sneak past Greenland. But it's very annoying to do, and you're gonna need enough villagers, so yeah. Weeding with Eric's probably a good idea though. Do we have some fish though? This is about the time you'll probably get attacked by Greenland's navy. Alright, so you'll get to this section here, and this is pretty much the... There we go.
Your word, I claim it in the name of Eric the Red. To establish our settlement here, we will need to construct a town center, a market, and 12 houses.
Alright, so first thing you want to do is start building a castle immediately. I'm gonna also get the bow saw. So basically you need to construct a town centre, a market, and 12 houses, which is actually quite a lot considering. We're gonna move these guys over to wood. But if you can get a castle up here, that'll be fine probably. So when you get a castle up, you probably want to garrison everyone up except Eric the Red.
Wild men live in these forests, calling themselves the Skraelings. They don't have steel like ours, but they're fierce and they have numbers. It will be a long and bloody winter.
Alright, so I don't know what accent that is, but whatever. Right, so I'm just ready to garrison these guys up. So I'm gonna garrison them up. You can actually lure them over here with Eric the Red if you're feeling up to it. Vikings also get infantry bonuses to health. You'll notice that the infantry might have got bonuses, especially Eric here. He had like 488 or something, but probably even less than that. Alright, so I don't know where the Skraelings really are. They're somewhere around there. We can also get Bodkin Arrow. You can go to the Imperial Age. Alright, so you'll eventually get it so that they will start attacking you here. We can garrison these 2 up as well. You could even put archery range units in here if you want. So they have Wood Raiders and they also have militia. So it's not that difficult. The longboats you can build after you get a castle, but I don't know. They're okay, I guess, but I don't know. I never really used them. Right, masonry, and yeah, I pretty much got everything I need. I'm gonna sell that and get not Town Watch, Loom, just to make my villagers live a little bit better. Now, Greenland might hassle you occasionally with with this stuff, but honestly, they probably won't search for you here, even if you do have transports out. So what I would do next is I would actually build a, and this is about the time they'll start attacking you with, at your docks here. Obviously they're just sending men-at-arms here. You can take Britain out and Greenland if you want, but you can't go to the Imperial Age, so it is very annoying to do. Now if you want, you can move these guys over, because you're pretty much going to get attacked at your dock pretty soon, so yeah. So I would build the town centre next, just so you can garrison like 4 of these guys up, and then get the others to, well, unfortunately I don't have many more villagers, but 4 should be enough to give them some extra attack here. They will just keep sending troops at you. They have some, they have a barracks and such, but they'll never actually, they never actually have a villager or anything like that, but they do have a stockpile of early resources. What you can do though is kind of, see, you can see my town centre is also firing now. You can kind of wall yourself in with the markets and such, and it's going to be the most cramped colony you'll ever see, but that's fine, it still counts as long as it's on this island. I don't think I have any more fishing. Well, no, there's fish over there. So this, yeah, like I said, this is when you'll get attacked at your dock. You don't really care about anyone else at this point, as long as you can just get the wood required to establish the colony. Obviously you need your castle, so if you build a castle somewhere else, you probably will need to either buy it or something. I believe Britain gives you a decent amount of resources though. It's something like 11,000 per market, and they have 2 markets. The British are really easy to take out. There's really just a couple guard towers and such, but you really should have a castle in there to take them out, because you don't really have that much more. And he's going to slowly try and take out that market there, which I'm not really that happy about. So we are going to go and garrison up. Don't know if he's going to attack this guy. Okay, they are dumb. They are being dumb. Okay. So the Wood Raiders are actually pretty good at taking these hits. I guess I was hitting the other guy there. Alright, so you do need 12 houses, which is quite a lot. Especially if I just have one villager working on it. I'm actually going to bring another out. We can build one here, kind of block this area off. You can't build on this lighter ice, which is unfortunate, but you're just going to have to deal with that. It's not that big a deal anyway. So I am still getting hit, yes I know. So just kind of wall yourself in a bit with these houses, just to annoy them more. I think I need to do it over these trees as well. I don't want to rebuild that. So I'll do there. Can I build it in here? No. Build it here. Okay, he has to go round that bit. You're gonna have to go all the way round? Come on. Fine. Yeah, you can't do that. Alright. Get this house up here. And before this guy gets killed. I guess they just took out my dock and they were content with that, I guess, but I've already pulled the fast one on them and already headed over here. So this is Newfoundland, which is which I believe, I don't think it was Eric the Red that actually got over here. I believe Eric the Red, what are you doing? Kind of built a colony here, but he did not. I need to build houses over here. Holy shit! What are you doing to my market, guys? Fine, I'll get this guy over here. All right. The fuck are you doing? A decent force, I guess, but I'm not taking it, I'm sorry. Alright, we'll get these guys in this town centre for now. I'll take this guy out to repair. Okay, so how many houses have I got so far? So I've got 4, 8, 9. 9 so far. So I need 12, okay. Can I build another house here? Yes. So I'm just going to keep building houses over here. Obviously you can get the infantry upgrades if you really want. My longboat's done. And now I'm going to put on a cheat, just to show you the map, because it is pretty cool, the Easter eggs on this map. So the cheats Marco and Polo, pretty much one anyway, will show you the map. Now the first thing is, there is the Lonely Hermit down here, which is quite amusing. And secondly, we have the Sea of Worms. And if you go next to this with your ships, they will be destroyed, so you need to go through Greenland. Just to show you Greenland, I know, but I'm not going to attack them anyway, and I pretty much won the scenario. This is what they look like. Britain...
The British keep their gold in these markets. Burn all you can and carry the gold back to our ships.
So sometimes they give you things that are area based. Obviously, that is when you go over to Britain. But I don't need to, since I've already completed this scenario pretty much. Do I need one more house or two more? I'll just make this one and then find room for another one. Oh no, you killed my transport. I care so much. You can kill the Skraelings if you want, but they'll eventually run out of resources or whatever, so it's not really a big deal. I mean, who would live here? It's so cramped, man. Your population cap is only 75, and this should actually... Is it one more I need? I think this will make me win.
The name of Eric the Red will never be forgotten as the first Viking in the New World.
I believe it was Leif Erikson, not Eric the Red, but maybe it's just me. And look at that guy try to kill my market. Oh well, there is Vindlandsaga, not that difficult.
Much of the Viking history is recorded in oral accounts called sagas, passed down through generations. The most famous sagas are reserved for the adventures of Eric the Red and his men who crossed the mighty sea in tiny ships to forge a new Viking sovereignty. Vinland, as the New World was called, was not kind to the Vikings. Though they lacked the iron weapons of the Norsemen, the native Skraelings were fierce warriors and fought relentlessly to defend their homeland against the Norse invaders. The vastness of the North Atlantic cut off the Vikings in Newfoundland from their homeland, and they suffered many long years in trying to establish their new colony.
And that is the scenario. It's you can play it really drawn out by trying to take out Greenland, but they are very annoying, so I'm not even going to bother, and especially this way it is quicker as well. So you can kind of just make a break for it, and it's not that difficult. So hopefully this has turned out a little bit better in terms of my video. I've actually completed some of the other scenarios, but technically the next scenario is going to be Hastings, so I'll see you guys then.